Football's changing, and not just on the pitch. Behind the scenes, something big is happening. More and more clubs are being bought and grouped under the same owners, all part of a huge football network. It's called multi-club ownership, and it's quietly taking over the game. At first, it sounds smart: global connections, shared scouting, and more investment. But is it helping football grow or slowly destroying what makes it special? Multi-club ownership is when one company or investor owns multiple clubs across the world. For example, City Football Group owns Manchester City, Girona, Melbourne City, and several others. The Red Bull Group runs RB Leipzig, RB Salzburg, and New York Red Bulls. It's creating a football empire. One brand, many clubs. The idea is to share data, staff, and player pathways to make everything more efficient. On paper, it's a modern and organized system. In reality, it might just be turning football into a global business experiment. There are upsides. Let's be fair. Small clubs in these networks often get better facilities, more funding, and access to world-class training programs. Young players can move between clubs easily to get experience, kind of like a fast-track system for development. And financially, it keeps struggling clubs alive. It's smart, it's structured, and it makes sense from a business point of view. But that's exactly where the problem starts. Football isn't supposed to just be about business. It's more than that. When one group owns multiple clubs, competition becomes questionable. If two clubs owned by the same company face each other in Europe, can fans really believe both want to win equally? UEFA already had to step in when RB Leipzig and Red Bull Salzburg both qualified for the Champions League. Smaller clubs often lose their independence. They become feeder teams, developing players for main clubs instead of chasing their own goals. And for the fans, that's tough, because the heart of football has always been local pride, identity, and never about corporate ownership. It also raises a bigger question. What happens when every club becomes a part of a few big networks? Will rivalry still mean a thing? Or will football just turn into a global brand war between billionaires? This isn't slowing down. Chelsea's owners are building their own network. Saudi and American investors are also expanding across Europe. Even smaller leagues are being a part of these massive systems. In a few years, we might not just talk about clubs anymore, but clusters, whole families of teams controlled by a handful amount of powerful owners. It's efficient, yes, but football risks losing the one thing that made it different from every other sport: emotion. The connection between fans, players, and clubs might just ruin from these powerful billionaires, ruining the game. So is multi-club ownership ruining football? Maybe not yet, but it's changing it fast. The game that once belonged to the fans is slowly turning into a business portfolio. The question is, will fans accept that, or will we keep fighting to keep football real? Anyway, as I'm saying, if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. And yeah, that's it. If you've watched this far, you're a true Deza fan. Click the other channel to see more Deza content.